Hey guys, welcome back to Aussie's Young Learning Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be doing a quick video about how to expand brackets. Now, basically to expand, we need to make sure that every term in one bracket has been multiplied with every term in the other bracket. And if there are multiple, we will also cover that. So to start with, let's just start with a simple one where we've got 2x, and we're multiplying it by 4x minus 7. So here, let's imagine this has a bracket and that has a bracket. Now, what I mean by multiplying each term, we need to first identify each term. So, remember, terms are separated by minus or plus. That's one way that you can find out terms. For example, if it was 4x minus 2, this and this are not separate terms. This is a whole term together. So that's what we need to keep in mind, that we're identifying our terms and then we're multiplying from there. So here we've got one term here, one term here, and one term here. Great, so now we've got 3 terms and we need to make sure that every term from here has been multiplied to this one, or we can think of this as this term has been multiplied by this and this. Okay, so let's start by multiplying it with the first term. So we're gonna write 8x squared, and now we're gonna multiply it by the second term of the second bracket. So now we go ahead and write minus 14x, and that's basically how you expand that bracket. Now, moving on to a bit of a trickier bracket. Let's try expanding 2x plus 3 and multiplied by 5x minus 7. So again, let's start by identifying our terms over here. So our first term is here, second here, third here, fourth here. Beautiful. Now we know what our terms are. So now we're going to go ahead and multiply each of the terms over here by each of the terms over there. So let's start with 2x. Let's first multiply it by 5x. So we are doing this right here. So that will become 10x squared. And then we're multiplying 2x by negative 7. So now we go negative 14x. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and multiply plus 3 with 5x and negative 7. So starting with 5x, we get plus 15x. And then with negative 7, we get negative 21. Okay, and now when we combine our like terms and do our shenanigans over here to simplify this more, we get 10x squared. So minus 14x plus 15x equals plus x and minus 21. And that is what we get when we expand this over here. Now, lastly, let's look at what happens when we've got 3 brackets. So let's imagine we've got 4x minus 2 in one bracket, and then in the next we've got 2x minus 5, and in the next one we've got 4x. Okay, now it would be the same if we had another term over here, but just to be quicker, I'm just gonna act like there's just one. So the easiest way to go about this is first choose 2 brackets over here. So I'm just gonna start with this and this. Get the hard stuff out of the way so that we can move on to just one term in that bracket. Okay, so we're gonna start by doing the simple thing we normally do, multiplying each of these terms. So this term and this term by this term and this term. Okay, so let's go and we're gonna write 8x squared because first we're doing this. Now we're gonna do this. So we're multiplying 4x by negative 5, so we get negative 20x. So now we're gonna multiply negative 2 by positive 2x, so we get negative 4x. Then we're gonna multiply negative 2 by negative 5 and we get positive 10. Beautiful. Now we're just gonna put all of this in brackets and we're gonna bring this down here. Okay, so we're just gonna write 4x like that. And now it becomes so much easier because what we're basically gonna do here is multiply all of these terms in here. So we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one by this one. Okay? So what's going to happen is that first we're going to multiply 8x squared by 4x. So we get 32x cubed. Alright, now we're going to multiply negative 20x by 4x. So we get negative 80x squared. And then we're going to multiply negative 4x by positive 4x. So we get negative 16x squared. Then what we're going to do is to multiply 10 by 4x, which gives us 40x, like so. And now we're just going to write this out. Simplify this, do our shenanigans. So negative 80, negative 16 makes negative 96x squared minus 40x. And that's how you can expand brackets. If it's two brackets which look a bit harder, or three brackets, or even more brackets, that's how you can do it. Moreover, if you look over here in our second step of kind of simplifying these brackets, what we can see is there are like terms. So if you want to make your process a little bit quicker, you can simplify this bracket before multiplying it to the next one, because that can kind of help us be faster. So you can do that, or if you want to keep things nice and slow and do everything slowly, and if you didn't notice that we had like terms in that bracket, we can just go ahead and do what I've done over here and we would get the same answer. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you learned something new. Till then, take care and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!